The definitive PlayStation 5 upcoming games guide of 2025. Of course, not all the games are here, but the best and biggest ones coming in 2025, most with release date confirmed, and some planned to 2025. Hope you liked the video. Click on the like button, subscribe for more, and let's go.
You were chosen.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam, and to the DHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations.
Death Stranding 2 is the sequel of the acclaimed original game. Again, it's being developed by Kojima Productions, and it's coming out in June 26, 2025, to PlayStation 5. In the future, it's probably coming out to Windows and maybe Xbox. Death Stranding is a unique and original game. The gameplay mixes walking simulator with building features, combat, and an insane story and storytelling. And the sequel will continue the story of Sam, the protagonist of the game, and now the players will continue to explore and connect the people, but also see the aftermath of the first
One another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes.
The plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its borders. Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network. Anyway, the DHV Magellan's here to back you up. As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
Borderlands 4 is the next adventure of the beloved universe of Borderlands. The game is being developed by the studio Gearbox Software. This will be released on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows. The game got a release date already. That is September 23rd, 2025. You probably know the series already, but if you don't, it's a looter-shooter series set in a first-person camera with a unique and charismatic graphic style, and it's always been a success since the first game of the series. Painkiller is a new game of a classic first-person shooter series, and now it returns in great style with a fast-paced, brutal co-op first-person shooter experience with nice graphics and stylish visuals. The studio developing the game is Anshar Studios, and it's planned to be released still in 2025 with no official release date yet, but it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The classic Painkiller series is back. Battle through purgatory in fast-paced co-op action, wielding infernal weapons against relentless demonic hordes. A game that shall be interesting for you, fan of Dune. Doom: The Dark Ages is the next adventure of this beloved FPS series. The game is being developed by the Studio ID Software and is coming out on May 13, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game will be a prequel, set before of Doom 2016, but here Doomslayer will be as brutal as never before, with new melee weapons and firearms. The enemies looks really good, and the players will also have the possibility to control a flying dragon and a huge mecha robot. What looks extremely brutal, so if you like the last games of the series, this is a great game for you.
Ensure the safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the west. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneak. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment to procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Metal Gear Solid Delta is the remake of one of the most beloved games of the master Kojima, Metal Gear 3, and it's being developed by Konami. Just hope they do a great job here. It's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows in August 26, 2025. Metal Gear is a stealth game, set in an extremely unique universe. The things are not what they seem, and the plot of the game is absolutely incredible, especially to its time. The remake will seemingly respect the original game, but bringing a new gameplay style, but keeping the core of the game, that's the stealth.
My memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this. Inside my head.
Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story.
Mindseye is a story-driven, action-adventure thriller set in a fictional near-future Americana, featuring best-in-class cinematics, high-octane driving, and explosive combat from legendary game director Leslie Benzies. This is a game that promises to be the game to be in the same level of GTA 6 in 2025, and yes, it's being developed by an old Rockstar game director. That's why the hype is real about it. The studio has built a Rocket Boy, and the game is coming out in June 10th. It's really close, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
What's going on in there?
It was an ambush. Do what you can. Do not lose her. I'm coming to you now. The search and rescue bots. They're malfunctioning.
When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to leave this town behind. But what's that saying? Man plans and God laughs? Well, he must have had a good one on my account. When the water receded, it carried away everything we ever had. It also gave me a reason to stay. Truth is, we can't stop what's coming. The important thing is that we rebuild.
Roadcraft is a new game for you fan of realistic and satisfying simulation games. This one is about building with many different vehicles. The studio developing the game is Saber Interactive, and it's coming out on May 20th, 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and promises to be an immersive, satisfying, and fun simulation game. With impressive visuals and graphics, realistic physics, and numerous objectives, and the studio developing it is the same of the game Snorner. That's a really beloved game by the fans. Numerous tasks await you in your heavy machinery as you work to restart the local industry, clearing debris, replacing faulty equipment, rebuilding roads and bridges, and more.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a soul. Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility.
Ninja Gaiden 4 is the returning of the classic hack-and-slash series. After a long time without a new game, a new one is finally announced. It's being developed by the studio's Platinum Games, Team Ninja, and Koei Tecmo Games, and is planned to be released still in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and Microsoft Windows. Ninja Gaiden is a legendary hack-and-slash series. The game mixes a little of exploration in an insane combat style with different weapons and characters. The new game will be set in the same style, but with new characters and with new generation graphics.
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
It ends here. So you've come.
Where monsters invade our world. A powerful being falls from the sky. The dream ends. Is this really just a dream? My only hope lies within.
Come, Kaiser. We will travel across worlds, leap through dimensions, together.
Lost Soul Aside is a hack-and-slash game developed by a Chinese studio. The studio is Ultai Zero Games, and the game is going to be released in May 30th, 2025. It's kind of close, and it'll be available on PlayStation 5 and Windows. Embark on an epic odyssey to save your younger sister and the whole of humanity from mysterious dimensional invaders from beyond the starlit skies. The gameplay is fast, fluid, and impressive. The game is inspired in the gameplay of Final Fantasy XV and Devil May Cry, and it looks really good, with nice visual effects and insane fights.
I see great... Let me be your vengeance. The blade in your hand. Never wanted to be.
Little Nightmares 3 is the third adventure, or nightmare, of the series. The game is now being developed by another studio, Supermassive Games, the studio of Until Dawn, The Quarry, and some more games. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out in 2025, but with no official date yet, but will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, Switch, and Windows. The adventure now will be set in a co-op experience. But no, you don't need anyone else to play with you. In the case you're going to play alone, an AI is going to help you in the adventure. But surely with a real person will be more fun.
To unleash vengeance. More than a weapon, it is the soul of a shinobi. Soaring where others would not dare.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance is a new game of a classic series, and now it returns with a game similar to the classic ones, a brutal 2D game, but now with insane cartoon graphics and a fast and challenging gameplay. The game is being developed by the studios Sega and Lizardcube, and it's confirmed to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows, and will be available on August 29, 2025. Play as the legendary Shinobi Joe Musashi, master of the ninja arts. After finding your village burned to the ground and your clan turned into stone, you must set off on a quest for vengeance, ready to face an unparalleled evil and avenge your clan.
Each weapon a tool, each tool a part of the whole. This is the mastery of Shinobi. The legend continues.
Are you real? More real than you, I'm afraid. So, where's the captain? Everyone died. Oh, this is insane. What a trip. Not a trip. It's reality. Your new reality. Are we brothers or something? We have the same DNA. But
The Alters is an extremely curious game. It's being developed by the studio 11-Bit Studios and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. This game really got my attention. It's a sort of survival game. You'll be alone in a planet and will somehow create different versions of yourself to help you build and take care of the base. Yes, it sounds crazy. That's why it looks so fun. Despite it all, it will also be a game about exploration, discovering things and places in the universe to get resources, and the building mechanic even reminded me of Fallout Shelter. That was really good.
Calm down. You're not the original Jan, but that doesn't mean you can't be important. Like you look like me, but also like me. What the fuck did you drug me with, man? No, not hallucinating.
Joy of it, the freedom of it, to just take your life in your hands and soar. I think that's in us all, isn't it? At least that's what my dad taught me.
Directive 8020 is one more game in the style of Until Dawn, developed by the studio Supermassive Games, and is coming out on October 2nd, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows, but a Nintendo Switch 2 version is possible. Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. 12 light years from home, Tau Ceti F offers a small sliver of hope. When the colony ship Cassiopeia crash lands on the planet, its crew soon realize they are far from being alone. In space, death takes many forms. So if you like this style of games, this one can be interesting. To be honest, these horror games, just Until Dawn I really liked, but let's hope this one is good.
has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slip.
Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic is the new game of this huge horror series. It's being developed by the studio Steelwool Studios, and so far it's only confirmed to PlayStation 5 and Windows. Other platforms may be confirmed in the future, and there's an official release date already. That's June 13th, 2025. Enter the abandoned workshop of Murray's Costume Manor and unravel the mystery left behind by the reclusive inventor. In the game, you'll step into a world where every dark corner holds a secret, and every flicker of light hints at an ever-present threat.
Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
Devil's Bane.
But here, in the Taisho era, we're the only detectives that specialize in that sort of thing. Yes, this is the Narumi Detective Agency.
Please, sir. Please, help.
Raidou, got a case. Let's roll. It's time.
Raidou Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army is a classic JRPG game, and now is coming back with better visuals and performance. The game is being developed by Atlus, and will be released in June 19th, 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows. The story of apprentice detective and devil summoner extraordinaire Raidou Kuzunoha 14 returns in this remastered classic. Call upon your demons to solve supernatural mysteries and dispose of enemies. So if you like the games from Studio Atlus, this one shall be interesting for you, and remembering it's coming out in June 19th, so keep an eye out for it.
Narumi. And listen to me for a minute, okay?
So, I ask, are you prepared to lead the life of a devil summoner?
Come forth.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north. Still think you're the hunter?
Ghost of Yotei is the next game of the studio Sucker Punch Productions, the studio responsible for Ghost of Tsushima. And the new game is going to be the sequel, set over 300 years after the first game, and obviously, all the characters will be different, so I'm curious to see the game. It's coming out on October 2nd, 2025, and it will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive game, but in some moment will be released on Windows too, I'm sure. The first game was an extremely fun action-adventure game, with some RPG mechanics, and this one will be set in the same style. So if you like the game, and wants to see the sequel, it's coming in October.
There's one who is easily lost in the hunt.
Your time is running out.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now do
System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster is obviously the remaster of a classic first-person sci-fi game released in 1999. The original game is a genre-defining experience that established innovative gameplay mechanics that are a staple of the FPS and RPG genre today. Survive the wretched corridors of the Von Braun. Your training has prepared you for this. The studios developing the remaster are Night Dive Studios, Looking Glass Studios, and Irrational Games, and it's coming out in June 25th, 2025 to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. So if you missed the classic game, the remaster should be really fun.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. Part 2. And Fallout 3, Part 2. Comes a completely original Part 2. And like all good sequels,
The Outer Worlds 2 is the sequel of the first game. What's obvious? And it's being developed by the studio Obsidian Entertainment that just released Avowed, but the game is coming out still in 2025, it seems, to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is an open-world action RPG set in an FPS style. The first game is really fun. It's not a masterpiece, but it's fun. But they promise that now it's going to be even greater in all aspects, so I'm really curious to see how it's really going to be. But for now, we need to wait, because there's no release date yet.
More action. More weapons. And more. Welcome back to the future. Try not to break it again.
I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity.
The Outer Worlds 2.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Mafia the Old Country is the fourth game of an acclaimed and beloved series. I mean, the third game is not that beloved, but there are some fans of it too. The game is being developed by the studio Hangar 13, the studio responsible for Mafia 3. As I said, it's not the most beloved game, but they also did Mafia 1 Remake. That's an excellent game, and now it'll be their new chance of creating a good story. The game will be released in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. The game will be set before the other games, in the start of 20th century, and promises to be a game with a great storytelling like the first two games.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4 is a remake of two beloved games of this series. And they'll not be just remakes. There will be new things too, like musics, stages, characters, and more. The game is being developed by the studio Iron Galaxy Studios, and is coming out to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows in July 11th, 2025. Everything you loved is back, but revamped with more skaters, new parks, gnarlier tricks, eardrum-shattering music, plus a whole lot more. Still with an arcade gameplay style, a lot of tricks, many different challenges, and a lot of charisma. So if you like the experience of the classic games, this one shall be really interesting for you. Marathon is the returning of a really old first-person shooter. It's going to be an online extraction shooter game. Developed by Savvy Studio of first-person shooter games, the studio Bungie, creators of Halo series, and also Destiny. The game is coming out in September 23rd, 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. So if you like PvPv first-person shooter games, take a look at this one. At least the studio is legendary, so this may surprise the players.
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Crimson Desert is an insane upcoming open-world RPG. The game is being developed by the studio Pearl Abyss, and it's coming out still in 2025, but with no specific date yet. But it's coming out to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and PC. This is one of those games that are even hard to believe that they're really good as they look. The graphics are insane. The world seems huge and massive, and is a game with a lot of features like glide, parkour, a nice combat style, dragon ride, and much more. And if it's as good as it looks, it'll be one of the best games of this year.
Brave Explorer. We here at Alta Interglobal would like to welcome you to our newest venture, the colonization of space. You've spent almost a century hurtling through the universe in cryosleep, ready to begin your work on this strange alien planet. Unfortunately, changing market conditions have led us to the realization that space exploration is far too costly and unpredictable, and Alta has decided to cancel all future plans in space. I regret to inform you that you have therefore been made redundant. Your final check has been...
Revenge of the Savage Planet is a new adventure game that you can play alone, multiplayer online, or local multiplayer. That's always fun to play with friends. The game is being developed by the studio Raccoon Logic Studios, and is coming out in May 8, 2025 to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. I didn't find any confirmation of a PlayStation 4 version, but it's also possible. Across multiple planets and through myriad challenges, you will be tasked with exploring and understanding these beautiful alien worlds. There are plants to scan, creatures to capture, lakes to swim, caves to spelunk, mountains to climb, upgrades to craft, and hundreds of secrets to uncover. Hollow Knight Silksong is the sequel of the acclaimed original game released in 2017 and is being developed by the same team. That's Team Cherry, a very good studio, and the game is finally confirmed to 2025 with no official date yet. But this year, and it'll be available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows. The original game was incredibly good, a true Metroidvania experience, with an immersive universe to explore, hard bosses, and a charismatic theme. So the sequel is highly anticipated, and now the fans know that it's really coming out.
ACPD, drop it now.
Patrol units, we have reports of a hit and run. Let's go, Rook. We don't got all day. Target that vehicle. Spike strip deployed.
Yeah, I'm hoping this shift is a little quieter than the last one. Either that or I'm gonna need to put my cardiologist on retainer. Is it expired?
The Precinct is a new game inspired in the classic GTA games, but there's a big difference here, is that the player will be in the control of a police officer. The studio developing the game is Fallen Tree Games, and the best, there's a release date already, and it's not far. That is May 13th, 2025, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Averno City, 1983. Gangs rule the streets, and your father lies restless in his grave. Clean up the city, uncover the truth, and embark on thrilling vehicle chases through destructible environments in this neon-noir action sandbox police game. All that with charismatic visuals, a fluid gameplay, and a universe that promises to be really fun to explore.
Assistance required in Lafayette.
I need some backup here, dispatch. Searching last known location. Dispatch, I got a mail matching the suspect's description.
We're down.
Father told us to hide when they came to our house. Then they took him away. Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore.
Hell Is Us is a new action-adventure game with some RPG mechanics. The game will be set in a semi-open world, in a dark and mysterious universe. The game is being developed by the studio Roadcraft, and it got a release date already, and it is September 4th, 2025, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. In an isolated country ravaged by infighting, discover the secrets of your past and deal with the repercussions of a mysterious calamity. A game with beautiful graphics and an immersive gameplay. So just make sure you remember this one.
Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a new 2D beat-em-up game with the beloved characters from Marvel. Choose between 15 Marvel heroes in this frenetic action beat-em-up to fight against the deadly annihilation wave threatening the galaxy. From New York City to the depths of the negative zone, the future of the Marvel Universe will be fought for across the stars. Developed by the studio Tribute Games, and it's coming out in some moments of 2025, but with no official release date yet. And it's confirmed to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Microsoft Windows.
The Ming Dynasty is dead. Although I swore to protect it, my mission is fulfilled. I will not rest until all traitors are silenced and our stolen kingdom returned.
Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a new Chinese action RPG game set in the Souls-like style. The studio developing the game is the studio Lindsay, and it's coming out in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. And the game is also coming day one to Xbox Game Pass. The story is set in the land of Shu during the dark and tumultuous late Ming Dynasty, plagued with warring factions and a mysterious illness spawning monstrous creatures. The game got nice graphics and a gameplay that looks really good, especially for the fans of Souls-like games. Where Winds Meet is a new open-world action RPG game developed by a Chinese studio, the Everstone Studio, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5 and Windows in some moment 2025, but with no official release date confirmed. It's set in ancient China at the 10th century. The players will assume the role of a young swordmaster as they embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries of their own identity, explore the breathtaking vastness of ancient China during a tumultuous era where political intrigue, power struggles, and epic battles shape the course of history.
Style. It's always been aggressive. I think it's gone from being all out, all risk. Now.
A new year, a new era, a new season. Welcome to... It's a great start for Hamilton.
F125 is finally the new game for the fans of Formula One. Leave your mark on the world of racing in F125, the official video game of the 2025 FIA Formula One World Championship, featuring a revamped My Team mode, the thrilling third chapter of Breaking Point, and more. It's being developed by the studio Codemasters, an EA game studio, and there's an official release date already. That's May 30th, 2025, and it's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Create your own F1 stories as you take control as the owner of a Formula One team. The new owner perks system allow you to specialize in your preferred areas of team management, then get behind the wheel of either of your two F1 drivers on race weekends.
She's going for it! Oh no! Her race is over! The rookie's showing the chap what he's made of here.
It is quick.
That was fun.
By copying them.
Focus on the bigger picture.
Stars. Fields of the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades. Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
Time. War.
Ballad of Antara is an upcoming action RPG. The game is set in a sort of open world with a fast and fluid combat style. Through the game, the player will be able to play with multiple characters, even changing the one you're playing in real time, but just if they are with you in the battle. The game is being developed by the studio Tipsworks Studio and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. The game features an interesting feature, a sort of change of dimension, kind of similar to the last Lords of the Fallen, and it looks really good here. And the boss fights looks really sick. So I'm really curious about this one.
Wayward emissaries, grant us the... We did not betray this world.
This desolate land needs a sprinkle of madness.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
Shadow Labyrinth is an action Metroidvania in a version of the world of the classic Pac-Man. The game is being developed by the studio Bandai Namco Studios and is coming out in July 17, 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Microsoft Windows. A 2D action platformer and a genre-twisting alternate take on the iconic Pac-Man. As the swordsman, you wake on a mysterious planet amidst relics of wars past. To survive, you will discover secrets, consume your enemies, and grow from prey to apex predator. A game that shall be really fun for the fans of Metroidvania games. So keep an eye out for it if you're one of these.
You have been chosen. All. And we have work to do, number 8. A swordsman needs more than a sword. Don't just defeat enemies. Consume them.
The tracks lead this way.
On me. Bloody hell.
Dying Light the Beast is a new action-adventure with horror game. If you know the series, you know what to expect, but it's a game set in a first-person style. You're in a place that's been struck by a zombie infestation, and you must survive and fight them with all you've got, all types of weapons, vehicles, and more. The gameplay is really nice, with a fast movement style and insane parkour skills. The game is being developed by the studio Techland, and it's coming out in some moment 2025 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series XS, and Windows, and is a game that the fans of the first game should keep an eye out for.
Contact!
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Listen to me, burnt one. If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods. And on you go, like a moth into the burning light.
Midnight Walk is a new game that mixes horror and adventure and is a totally original game, all animated in stop motion, and looks really interesting. The studio developing it is Moonhood, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, PlayStation VR 2, and Windows, and is confirmed to May 8, 2025. Become the Burnt One. Befriend a lost lantern creature named Potboy, and use his flame to light your way through a conflicting world of wonder and horror. Survive and outsmart the many monsters eager to devour your little friend's flame as you experience 5 tales of fire and darkness, featuring an incredible cast of odd characters.
Use your eyes to make things clear.
Of redemption, you were chosen, thrown together by forces beyond our control.
Elden Ring Night Train is a new game set in a version of the world of Elden Ring. The game is being developed by From Software and is coming out on May 30th, 2025 to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S, and Windows. The game will be set in a roguelike style. You choose a class in the start and must survive in the map as you advance and fight enemies and bosses, getting better items and weapons. If you die, you restart all, and as you proceed, the map will start closing, similar to a battle royale game, and the focus here will be co-op. So if you like this style, this one looks good.
Little pillager, bent on sacking the lands of gold, I will swat away any and all who dare approach.
The life of the Night Lord.
Path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl before his betrayal? A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to Fremen. Exterminated. No, Muad'Dib.
Dune Awakening is a new upcoming MMORPG. Yeah, that's an online game. It's set in the universe of Dune, obviously, and it promises to be a huge adventure for the fans, and even for those who don't know the series. The game is being developed by the studio Funcom, and it finally got a release date already. And it is May 20th, 2025, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. Rise from survival to greatness and challenge the power of an Imperium in Dune Awakening, an insane online experience to have with your friends.
Survive it.
Cronos the New Dawn is third-person survival horror by the studio that brought us the amazing Silent Hill 2 remake. The studio is Bloober Team. I didn't trust the studio to do the remake of Silent Hill 2 back then, but they showed us that they know how to impress us, so I'm curious to see more about this game. It'll be released in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game throws you into the heart of deadly struggle against overwhelming foes, all while uncovering the mysteries of a twisted time travel story, with impressive visuals and an impressive immersion.
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us in control. But now, we need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is the new game developed by Remedy Entertainment, the studio of Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Control, and more. But this time it's going to be a different game style, since it's a first-person shooter, but the structure will be set in a co-op experience, a 3-player cooperative first-person shooter, set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. All that in the universe of Control, that's the same of Alan Wake. The game is aimed to be released still in 2025, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning.
And that's the video, guys. Thumbs up to help me, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next video.